What is up, you guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix. So this video could trigger some people, okay? However, I decided to make this video because there is a growing trend of I have no friends types of videos, and it really made me think.
I get my pizza and I go back to my apartment because I don't have any friends. And honestly, I don't think I've ever had friends, not like real friends.
I'm 21 years old and I have no friends. And I'm just gonna go into why that is.
It really made me think about my personal life and the friends that I have made and the people that I kicked out of my life. As I got older, it became harder to make friends, right? I started thinking about the old days. In the 1980s, the 90s, and the early 2000s, people did not have a problem making friends unless you lived in like a very rural area in the Midwest, depending on your location. But overall, people didn't really seem to have a problem making friends. Most people had friends, back then. So why is it that it seems to be harder to make friends now and people just are not social as they used to be, right? I think I found a pretty good answer for this. So listen up, I'm going to focus specifically on geek and nerd community. Because if you thought it was hard to make friends as a nerd, and oh boy, you have no idea how it is now. So let's get started, baby. Okay, so reason number one, okay? The internet is separating us, but makes it easy to communicate. I know it's very ironic. The internet is both a gift and a curse. We can do so much on the internet at the expense of human disconnection, right? The internet is literally separating people, and it's part of the reason why the dating market in first world countries like America, Canada, and the UK is so horrible and unfair, right? Nowadays, you literally have to pay money to go to an event like an anime convention or gaming convention to meet other people with the same interests. That is not to say that you won't meet people with similar interests in your local town, at school, at work, but it has become harder now because many people have found comfort on the internet. Okay, I remember in the early 2000s, many nerds and geeks, they stayed together even after high school. Friendships really lasted decades as opposed to now. Now, friendships last only 5 seconds the moment you disagree with somebody's politics.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
People used to seek each other out, but now we don't need each other anymore. As a matter of fact, many things are being automated to not need humans. So, reason number two is multiplayer games are pretty much dead. What? What the fuck? I think I'm gonna make a separate video about that. So yes, multiplayer games are pretty much dead. So, don't believe me, right? You don't believe me probably. Well, let me explain. And I'm not talking about, MMORPGs, games like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14. I'm not talking about those types of games. I'm talking about back in the day with the Nintendo Wii, the GameCube, when 4 people played a team game. Oh, wait, that's right. Why create 4-player games, 4-player console games when companies can keep creating free-to-play games and charge you on the back end? So many video games nowadays are single-player games. Yeah. Everything you do is by yourself, my friend. So we don't hang out at each other's house to play video games anymore. Video games have become so accessible, especially with the internet, that I don't think, I don't need to go to my friend's house anymore. And that is sad. Why invite your 3 friends to come to your house when you can just log into your, some MMORPG game or a virtual world and connect through there? Okay, we don't need to meet up in person anymore when we can just YouTube stream or do a Zoom meeting, right? And don't get me wrong, meeting somebody online through Zoom videos is not the same as meeting someone in person. You know, and shaking their hand and giving them a hug, and if they are female, giving her a kiss. So back then, even gaming was social, but not anymore. Okay, we also saw this with the fall of arcades. You know, arcades were a social and good way to meet people and hang out at places. But the days of the arcades are gone because we have consoles at home. Once again, we don't have to leave our house. Reason number 3. Anime and other forms of media have become so accessible that we don't need to go to our friend's house anymore, right? Everything from Netflix, Crunchyroll, Amazon Prime Video, and many others. Okay, back then, we would ask our friends, hey, we're going to watch Star Wars at my house with my big screen TV. You should come with us, right? But now, with the internet, you don't have to go anywhere. You can stay home and still watch the same movies, TV shows, with a simple computer, 1080p resolution, heck, even 2K resolution, you know? So, you understand what I'm trying to get at here, right? Okay, many people don't have friends because we spend too much time in front of our computers, in front of our devices. Myself included. I'm making this video for God's sakes. Okay, look, I love my computer. Actually, are you kidding me? I like my computer better than some of my family members. Oh man, so however, in order to overcome this issue of having no friends and being isolated, we need to make the effort to start inviting people. Okay? So this is one of the reasons why people feel so sad after going to an anime convention. They miss the connections after such a long time, you know? So people were very social back then. Video games were social. Nerd activities, okay? Nerd activities were social back then. However, there is another problem, okay? And this leads me to reason number 4. Okay, so the 2020 pandemic, it really, it really just broke people's hearts. It changed people and not for the better. 2 years of isolation has programmed people to be in their own little world. Sometimes, I talk to people and they just seem like they don't want to be bothered in public. Sometimes you make friends with someone and as soon as you disagree with their politics or they disagree with your politics, the friendship is over. This has happened to me many times, especially living in a shitty little state here in America called Connecticut. Where people seem to have something stuck up their behind, for God's sakes, all the time. But anyways, so it seems hopeless, right? Well, not completely. There is still hope. People are lonely and they want to connect. So start inviting people. It doesn't have to be anywhere expensive. I had a meetup with some YouTube friends in New York, and it was fun, What's up, Dash? What's up, Dante? Okay, you need to put yourself out there, or if you're too shy, then start hanging out with someone who is more extroverted than you. But hey, I hope this advice has really helped you out. And if you found this very useful, make sure to like this video, make sure to comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. It's your boy in the Matrix. Godspeed, baby.